taking early morning out. Today is what day? I'm a bit blurred because I've been traveling. I've been doing this in Penang and then in Ipoh. Yesterday was Malacca. Today is GB. So I have to speak Hokkien, Cantonese, and then Malacca was Mandarin, and now today I better say Selamat Pagi. Ladies and gentlemen, why don't we make this interesting? So I suggest that you guys can stop me and ask me any question anytime. I have a couple of very simple objectives today. I think one of the most important thing is to help you achieve clarity in terms of what is it that Property 365 is all about. And I'm making certain assumptions here this morning. So before I start, just for my own, because it's important for the speaker to know the audience, right? Right? Wake up, wake up. Just as important for a property developer to understand who they are trying to target when they're trying to sell their projects, correct? So just do me a favor. Hands up, please, if you're a IFCA customer. I just want to see. So you really shy. So I can safely say that about 70-80% of you here are already customers of IFCA, right? And maybe another 20-30% who are thinking of becoming our customer, or maybe should become our customer soon. So I'm also assuming that you know a lot about IFCA. If you do not know about IFCA, then maybe just let me do a recap. Yeah. So IFCA is a software solutions provider for property developers. I've been around for 28 years, so sometimes they also understand your business quite well. Yeah. I think you also know that probably 70-80% of all the listed property developers in Malaysia use IFCA, whether it's sales management down to your finance, accounting, and so on and so forth. And so you then understand that we do have a very deep and long understanding of your business, especially from the point after the customer signed the SMC, right? And you enter the order into the system, and then it all happens on the back end. Now, just out of curiosity again, and also good for me to know, I'm also assuming that most of you in this room are responsible for sales and marketing, correct? Correct? So if you have a project and the project cannot move, your boss will be humming on you, right? And you have budgets that you have to manage in terms of creating awareness, driving leads, and at the end of the day, converting the sales, right? So that's good to know, because I think it's important that we set the stage right. Okay. So you know who IFCA is. Now, today I want to help you achieve clarity in terms of who is Property 365. So as Chok mentioned earlier, we are an extension of IFCA. We are a new business created out of IFCA. Right? Then the next question that you have maybe then is, why did we create Property 365? Now, just in case, if anyone in the room right now here do not know what GDV is, then you're probably in the wrong room. Okay, so all of you know what GDV is, right? So our purpose is very simple. Property 365 is set up with a single-minded focus of helping you sell. Our goal is to help you convert your GDV to sales. Very simple. And if we are not able to do that successfully, then we have not done our job. And if we don't do that successfully very, very soon, or if we don't continually drive to do that, then Property 365 will be out of business. Okay? So, any questions? Clear, yeah? Property 365 is set up to help you sell. Okay? So what's your next question? Now that you've understood why, now, before that, so you understand that we have a lot of knowledge in terms, okay, maybe a bit of, because you're listening to me and you have to work very hard, I think it's also important that you know where I come from, right? And how the two actually come together. I'm not like you, I'm sure some of you are very young, so maybe I still have an advantage over you. My exposure over the property business has been over the last 6 years. Before that, in fact, I started my career in Singapore. I was always been in the IT, internet business. And one day I got a call from a headhunter to ask me to run iProperty Malaysia. So I ran iProperty Malaysia as their general manager for 3 years from 2010 to 2013. How many of you here actually spent money with iProperty Malaysia before? Hands up. Don't be shy, hands up. Hands up lah. That's all lah. I thought most developers already spent money with iProperty, right? So thank you for paying my salary from 2010 to 2013. So my exposure has always been from the property portal business. After that, I left. And for 6 months, I went to work for Brickfield. Have you heard of Brickfield? Brickfield is Klang Valley's largest real estate agent. Right? So I was exposed to the sub-sale market as well. And then after that, I went and worked for Star Property. So that's my background. So I've been someone who has been selling you advertising, and some of my colleagues here, Janice and Melissa, are also from the Star. Now they are with Property 365. We are very used to selling you advertising. Space. Buy a banner here. Put a full page, full color ad in the Star. How much? Huh? Very expensive, right? So we understand the space of trying to sell you advertising as well. But Property 365 is not set up to sell you advertising space. I know we are stating a very bold statement here. We are here and we are set up to help you market and sell. Good? All fine? Okay, so now that I've explained to you why we have created this new business, it's only natural then for you to look at me and say, so, like Chok said, so what is it all? What is Property 365, right? So I will take another 3 slides to explain to you what is Property 365, so that you understand how is it that you can actually leverage on us. Now I have to be very honest with you. For someone who's been in the business for many years, 6 years now, 2016 is a very challenging year. Right? Iskandar is taking a beating. The good old days are over. Launch today, tomorrow, sell off everything. And therefore, I'm not also, of course, this is a very high order purpose statement. We want to help you sell, but we are no silver bullet dealers. Let's be honest here, sometimes whether a product sells or not, you should understand this better than I do. Sometimes it's not just whether you spend enough in terms of advertising or all that. Sometimes it's a product, sometimes it's a pricing, sometimes it's a location, sometimes it's your packaging, sometimes it's a competition. So there are many factors involved. But regardless, we are set up to help you find a way to sell. In fact, I'm sure you guys have the same issues here as well. In Klang Valley, developers are saying the year 2016 is a year of balance unit. Hey, balance unit, you know, right? Overhang, right? So it's a challenging year, right? So I just want to set the stage right, because I don't want you to get the impression that, well, just because we say this, no problem now, we give it to you, you sure can sell, but I'm not saying that you sure can sell. We have to work with you, understand your product, look at the packaging, understand your target market. Maybe Singaporeans don't want to buy anymore. Maybe you should reach out to Klang Valley. Who knows? Maybe there are some rich people in Setiawan who want to buy. We don't know. Yeah. Okay? So I just want to set the stage right. So clear why? We're here to help you sell. Simple. So what is Property 365? I want to take you through slowly so that you understand what is it that we are all about. What is Property 365 and why are we set up that way? I'm going to also help Job here because it's important. At the end of the day, we still have to sell you something. But the fact that we are a technology company, it's quite, if someone asks Job, next time someone asks you, the first 3 things you're going to tell the person is that Property 365 is a digital platform. And on the digital platform, when you're on board with us, basically you get 3 things. You get an e-sales gallery that is open 24/7 by 365. You get a mobile sales platform which your salespeople can use when they are selling, whether at an exhibition or when they're sitting down with a friend at their home or having a cup of coffee. And we are also providing you, because it's a digital platform, don't forget we are a software company, we are also going to give you a leads management solution. Let's face it, Sometimes, I don't know how many of you here still, just out of curiosity, okay, help me out here, okay, make it interesting. I just want to find somebody here. Recently, anybody buy a banner on iProp? Don't be shy lah. Well, you're not doing anything on digital platform. You're just spending money with the start. Okay, if you're not willing to tell me, then I'll just assume that you have bought a banner in some property portal. Why do you put money onto a property portal? Why? Why do you buy a banner on a portal? Help me lah. Don't make me talk only lah. So that we make it more interactive. So there's a bit more. I've been doing this for the last 3 days like this. Better exposure. Okay, that's one reason. Branding. What's the other reason when you take marketing dollars and you spend? What do you want? You want leads, right? So you want leads. So sometimes when you put something out there and the leads come in, what does it come in to you in what format? Excel spreadsheet. Right? So what we are giving you is actually beyond Excel spreadsheet, where whenever you run campaigns, it goes into a system. So if you are a sales manager, you can manage the leads, you can allocate the leads accordingly to how big your sales team is, or if you have appointed agents, you can also appoint the leads to them. So at the core of Property 365 is fundamentally software that allows you to do all those things. An extension that is very interesting. Now, then again, I know because this concept is very new, I want to be very clear about it. The eSales Gallery actually also allow you to open up online booking. Just like the way you book an online ticket on AirAsia. But then you look at me and say, who will book a property online? I say book, I didn't say buy. There's a difference between buying and booking. Then of course there are also considerations with the new ruling in terms of SPA signing and all that. But there are ways around it. Okay. Anyways, I don't want to go into the details. So, what is Property 365? It is a digital platform. Notice I didn't say that it's a property website. So we don't want to be iProperty. So what is iProperty actually? iProperty is a property listing website. It's an advertisement platform. And iProperty is also sub-sale. I keep on using iProperty lah. PropWall also. The other portals, Property Guru lah. Maybe you're more familiar with Property Guru because you're closer to Singapore. Yeah. So those are listing portals. We are not a listing portal. However, we do have elements that make us look like we are a portal, but we focus purely on new development, no sub-sale. Right? Sometimes developers spend a lot of money on all those portals, right? And you go to those portals, what do you see first? You see a search box. What is consumer searching for? Sub-sale. Right? But then they convince you, they say they got 1.5 million eyeballs, or so therefore you should pay them a lot of money to. Okay, so at the core is a digital platform that's got these 3 elements. Now, why is it that we are the best people to do this? Good news here today is, unlike yesterday in Malacca, job very lousy, no IFCA customer only. Here, most of you, right, already have this IFCA property solution on your back end. So when you're a property developer, what's your inventory? Let's take a simple concept of inventory. What's your inventory when you're a developer? What do you sell? Property units lah, yeah? So what we do is that we extend, whether it is a pre-launch where you are trying to drive registration, or a launch that is happening, or sometimes sell already, left over 40%, launched 18 months, still got 40%, you got event units you want to clear, or maybe some even, you have sold off everything, and then you have 30 units here, 10 units there. Regardless of whatever they are, correct me if I'm wrong, they all sit in your inventory system on the IFCA platform, correct? In some form of digitized information, size of unit, pricing, facing, everything is there, correct? So what we do then is we extend that onto this platform which exists or is on the internet. Okay? Clear? So we are leveraging on our domain expertise gained from serving you over the last 28 years, using new technology, taking your inventory, putting it onto a platform, and making it available. Okay? Clear? That's clear. By the way, later on I'll let Chok tell you lah. Right? This one here you have to pay lah. Right? Because at the end of the day we have to do a lot of work. But I'll share with you what the investment is later on. Okay? Now, let's read. Actually, your business is very simple. Actually, any business is the same. Whether you are selling nasi lemak or whether you are selling property, there's always supply and demand. Right? Nasi lemak is a supply lah. Demand is consumer lah. So same thing when you are selling a house, your demand side very clearly today. If you look at it simplistically, any property market, you will have first-time home buyers, you will have upgraders, and you have investors. Right? Simplistically put. So on the demand side, we know we have that. Now, some of you here, I'm sure, also appoint agents to help you sell. Sometimes when markets are tough, you look at your product, then you try to get agents. Anyways, you all look at me as though, don't tell me you don't appoint agents in JB, you do, right? Yes. Yeah? So the other demand then would be indirectly through the real estate negotiators network. So what our platform does is that we are trying to then take your supply, put it onto a digital platform and make sure that we then, using certain software solutions again, make sure that you can drive leads, drive registration. Of course, we can also do online booking and we will provide you with a simple form of CRM. Anybody knows here what CRM is? A customer relationship management software. It's a leads management software. So by doing this and having it on a platform, Property 365 is all about ensuring that your supply will be given the right form of exposure. We will make sure that you get leads as well. Now, of course, let's be honest here. If you just put your inventory onto the platform and don't do anything, then of course nothing is going to happen, right? But of course, people will see, because we are actually going to invest quite a lot of money in ensuring that we can get property-centric audiences to be exposed to your project, right? However, I think it's also important for me to state this clearly. You don't just put it there and then don't do anything with this to expect anything to happen. Okay? So that's the core of the business. That's the core platform.